What a disaster. What a disaster. I mean, last week, even today, is going on actually. It's a developing story. It had been a absolute nightmare for this woman, and she is not taking it lightly. She's fuming, she's furious, and she is at the same time plotting, planning her next move. What am I talking here about? I want to actually share with you this particular article. Take a listen at this one. Public perception and PR. Okay, royal commentator suggests that while the royal couple faces professional and personal challenges such as a lack of palace invitations and legal defeats, Meghan Markle allegedly views these as opportunities to reinforce her previous narrative about feeling unwelcome and trapped within the monarchy. So, what does that tell us? What does that tell us? Well, it rings our bell, right? Because this is exactly what she says. Precisely, this was the reason why she sat with Oprah Winfrey. Obviously, she accused them of being racist and so on and so forth. But she also mentioned that she was not welcomed by the palace. She felt like she was discriminated. She had big qualms with them. The palace didn't like her at all, and so they restricted her movement, took her passport away. So many things she said. So exactly the same situation we are in after so many years. The victim narrative, quote unquote. Analysts argue that the couple's current situation is being spun into a story that supports their earlier claims. And claims, these are claims from, again, Oprah Winfrey, what we have heard during that interview. Regarding their departure from royal duties, despite suggestions that the royal family previously attempted to make Meghan Markle feel welcome, business and credibility. Discussion touches upon the couple's business ventures, noting that they are struggling, and mentions the controversy surrounding Prince Harry's past remarks about the First Amendment. So, this discourse, this kind of discussion by royal commentators, they're touching base on so many other topics about Harry's past comments about the First Amendment, then also what he said or what is happening with Meghan's business venture, whatever that means for her. So they are putting all the pieces together to come to this conclusion. What conclusion? Let's actually see what they're saying here. Now, royal commentator, they warned that viewers should watch for a specific PR narrative to emerge in the coming days as the couple potentially addresses these developments. A potential new PR narratives about to come out. What that narrative would be? Well, take a listen at this one. Royal commentator mentioned that a tell-all sit with Oprah may be coming again, and this time they are going to try to smear and eviscerate the entire monarchy. It is going to be a full-blown attack on them. So this is what she is planning. She is planning a revenge. She is planning something big. She is planning something that we have never imagined, never saw before. Now take a listen at this particular conversation regarding Harry's case.
These, very, very rich celebrities thought they could just trot into court and take down the mail.
Well, I think you've got to look at two things. I mean, the judge has been remarkably brave, because to punch Harry on the nose so violently, and although he hasn't called him a liar, implies that he didn't believe a word of his evidence, was brave in the normal...
I don't think you have to be brave. I mean, yes, of course, the judge was honest and he confronted Harry the way he should, but if you want to really judge Harry, it is really not that of a big deal, or it's not really that complicated, I should say. It's a big deal, but it's not that complicated. It's not that complex, because everything is just dry and cut and dry. Whatever he said, these are all on records. Whatever he said about the monarchy, whatever he said about his security, whatever he tried to pull off, showing the whole world that he needs some serious security. These are all exposed. These are all scam, and we can see it. Harry was and never is smart enough to hide, to cover up his lies, his ridiculous claims. So for the judge, it was really easy. He just walked into something that was open book for him to read from and make a judgment, and that's exactly what happened. Harry's case was going to fall apart day one.
Things. But you've got to remember how it all started. It all starts with the hacked off people and Sherborne, the lawyer, coming to Harry with a statement by a so-called private detective that he had burgled his way into all the claimants' homes, laid wire traps and all the rest of it. And that statement was proven by the Mail to be completely and utterly bogus.
Which was a crucial moment in the defence.
And that was it. And at that moment, any responsible lawyer would have said, we're going to stop the case because we've been lied to by this eyewitness, by this witness. But they went on. And they went on because they really did believe, led by their absolute passionate determination to destroy the Mail, that if they could prove just one of 50 stories was legitimately obtained, they would win. And that's what they even said last night.
Well, you know, I'm going to be direct about this.
That's exactly what I just said. That he's all, you know, scam, his fake stories, his planting of evidence, framing Daily Mail. These are all really so clear, so obvious.
When he took on the Daily Mirror, right, they found one story in my entire 10-year tenure, which they thought may, on the balance of probability, possibly have been gained from unlawful means. Now, I knew the journalist very well there. Absolutely no chance that journalist would have ever done that. But because that one story in my entire tenure, they thought may or may not, you know, they're sort of hovering on the thing. I then was the lead story in the news, right? And people were led to believe I was, you know, part of this sort of illegal machinery at the Mirror. It was complete nonsense. I never got called to that case.
Yeah, I mean, all of this BS, they're so obvious coming from Prince Harry. People can actually give their own testimony outside of the court to dismiss Harry's claims by revealing how much they know those people that Harry accused of planting evidence, devices, and tried to damage his reputation. These people he's accusing of, they're good people, they're good journalists. And Piers Morgan is testifying to that fact. So Prince Harry, for him, it was always being dishonest, always being fake, and always being desperate.
By either side. I wish the Mirror had fought this with the ferocity that the Mail did. The Mail just went, we're not having this. And so I think this has been a vengeful campaign by Harry against all of Fleet Street, wanting to settle scores with all of them. Obviously, News UK, they settled with him. But I just think at the heart of this, you've got the most breathtaking hypocrite, right? Just wanting to get public sympathy.
Yeah, of course. He's a breathtaking hypocrite. And his whining did not stop. He who knows what he will do next with his wife. Who knows what they're planning and plotting next. But we have to be careful. And I'll give you all the updates, guys, you need. Subscribe for more videos.